Ladies and gentlemen, William Ruto is playing very dangerous games with Uhuru Kenyatta and Jubilee Party. And I can assure you, based on the criminal nature of Kenya Kwanza leadership, I don't think Uhuru Kenyatta and Jubilee Party will have their way. William Ruto will succeed in wresting the control of Jubilee Party from Uhuru Kenyatta, Jeremiah Kioni, and David Murathe, and hand it over to Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege. And then Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege will then be kicked out like dogs from the same Jubilee Party. Yesterday, Uhuru Kenyatta, the Jubilee Party leader, convened, as per the constitution of Jubilee Party, the National Delegates Convention. Earlier today, a letter emerged from the registrar of political parties. In that letter, they had made a decision to expel Jeremiah Kioni and to expel David Murathe from Jubilee Party. And Pauline Njoroge has posted something which is of interest to me. This is what Pauline Njoroge is posting, and it confirms that indeed William Ruto is playing very dangerous games. And I want us to look at why he's playing those very dangerous games. She's saying that this afternoon, Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni, together with the chairman Saitoti Torome, have delivered the resolution of yesterday's NDC to the registrar of political parties. While at the office of the registrar of political parties headquarters, the SG was given some letter dated 19th May 2023, which indicate that the registrar had accepted the decision by the Kanini Kega group to expel Kioni and Murathe while suspending Kagwe from Jubilee Party. It goes on. Yesterday, there was a court order stopping that particular action of expelling and suspending the above officials. But the office of the registrar of political parties clearly backdated a letter in order to claim that the court order had been taken by events. Or how else can she claim that she wrote the letter on 19th, yet they were not delivered to the affected persons until today? The idea was to claim that Kioni should not have conducted the NDC yesterday since he had already been expelled from the party. Desperation. Basically, when I looked at that particular letter, the first thing I checked was the date. And clearly, that date was backdated. There is no way a letter which was written on the 19th could be delivered today. If the registrar of political party were honest and sincere, the best thing they would have done was to deliver the letter on that particular 18th, is it 19th, which was on Friday. Alternatively, they would have copied these guys through emails or even submitted the copy of the letter through WhatsApp. But we are dealing with the crooks, and these crooks can do anything. I remember what they did by swearing in the chief administrative secretaries at almost 4 a.m. just to beat a court process which was supposed to happen, because there was a judge who was supposed to deliver some ruling by midday. So they went and swore in these guys in the night. But why do you think William Ruto is keen on doing all this? Let me just go to Pauline Njoroge again. She's also saying something here which is of interest, that William Ruto is obliterating democracy using the office of the registrar of political parties, an institution whose slogan is strengthening political parties. Repealing Section A of Kenya's constitution in 1991, which made Kenya a multi-party state, was achieved through major sacrifice, sweat, tears, and blood. Some patriots even paid the ultimate price. For Ruto to undermine the progress we have made as a country since then, disregarding orders of the Political Parties Dispute Tribunal and the resolutions of Jubilee Party's NDC, is quite unfortunate and marks a very dark day for Kenya. The question is, why is Ruto desperate to destroy every platform that offers an alternative voice and keeps the government in check. So generally, Pauline Njoroge is thinking just the same line I am thinking. But why would William Ruto make all these moves? That is what I want us to look here. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is now. Let us get straight to the point. Why do you think William Ruto is keen on going all the way to stop Uhuru Kenyatta from taking control of Jubilee Party? The truth of the matter is that William Ruto has captured the judiciary. He has captured all the government institutions in this country, the independent bodies. William Ruto has captured parliament, and now he wants to take the country back to the dark days of Kanu. And this is what Kenyans are telling him is not going to happen. But I don't care about the activities in Jubilee. For me, I blame Uhuru Kenyatta. There are things which Uhuru Kenyatta ought not to have allowed. One of them is what we are seeing here. But why would Ruto be keen so much on Jubilee Party? Number one is revenge. You know, revenge is always sweet. And William Ruto is revenging against Uhuru Kenyatta. He now has the powers. William Ruto sacrificed and did a lot for Jubilee Party. In fact, he merged this URP and TNA, which was the biggest mistake Uhuru Kenyatta ever did. After doing that, he formed this party. The moment they were sworn in, William Ruto literally campaigned for Uhuru Kenyatta in 2017. Then the moment Uhuru became the president, had a handshake with Raila Odinga, Ruto felt Uhuru Kenyatta betrayed him. And Uhuru Kenyatta ultimately ended up kicking him out of the party, Jubilee. I don't think William Ruto took that lightly. And I think it was also foolish for Uhuru Kenyatta to assume that if he allowed Ruto to become the president, then Ruto was going to laugh with him. The signs were there. Rigathi Gachagua were there. The likes of Kanini Kega, the likes of Ndindi Nyoro, Kimani Ichung'wah, Alice Wahome, they were sending clear signals to Uhuru Kenyatta that if you take this thing, you are going to be in trouble. So Uhuru, for me, failed. But Ruto is revenging. He's going to take that party and he's going to have the last laugh. If Uhuru Kenyatta had start thinking on how to acquire another political party from the mountain, usawa kwa wote, ile ya Omondi wa area, or NAK Kenya, or form a new political party altogether for the mountain. That's number two. Ruto is also keen on humiliating Uhuru Kenyatta. And if you paid very close attention to what Uhuru Kenyatta was saying yesterday, it's pointed to that humiliation. And that's why Uhuru Kenyatta is actually coming out. Because it is going to come out that Kanini Kega, mtu wa mkono wa Uhuru, and Sabina Chege, just a mere nominated member of parliament, a woman, managed to take Jubilee from Uhuru Kenyatta. Tell me if that's not humiliation. If our Ruto had not interfered with Jubilee, I would attempt to do that with ODM. But if it were to happen in ODM, Kanini Kega and Sabina Chege would not know their homes. They'll be hunted down by men in black, like animals, like wild dogs. But for Uhuru, he must be ready for the humiliation. This is just the beginning. I am sure BBC and the international media have already captured this story. If they've not already run it, they are going to run it anyway. Number two, Ruto is also keen on forcing Uhuru Kenyatta out of politics. Because as long as Uhuru Kenyatta is lingering within the political space, William Ruto will not be at peace. I did a video earlier today, which you can check. In that video, I explained the troubles William Ruto is facing. So, he must kick Uhuru out of politics. He has tried all other methods. Uhuru is still insisting he's in politics. The last attempt is Jubilee Party, which means Uhuru will be left with no option but one: form a new political party. Or maybe turn Azimio into a political party and have that Azimio sold in the larger Mount Kenya. But Uhuru Kenyatta, I think, is also joking. The first thing Uhuru Kenyatta should be doing is to convene a major meeting in the mountain and use that meeting to seek for sympathy. Because I'm sure any right-thinking Kenyan, even if they belong to Jubilee, even if they belong to UD or Kenya Kwanza, in their right mind, they know that whatever these guys are doing is not right. But that's politics. Number 4, Ruto is also showing Uhuru Kenyatta who has the power. All these things were in the hands of Uhuru Kenyatta before. The judiciary, the registrar of political parties. He would do whatever he wanted. But now Ruto is telling him, you are no longer the boss, I'm the boss now. I can instruct the registrar of political parties to write a letter and backdate, and there's nothing you're going to do. There's nothing you are going to do. Uhuru Kenyatta alicheza na power bwana. Uhuru Kenyatta played with the power. You don't joke with power. Power is shielded. You don't joke with it. Uhuru Kenyatta joked with it. Let us see how this thing is going to pan out. But importantly, Ruto is also keen on Kenya Kwanza merger. He wants to merge Kenya Kwanza. If you look at the parliamentary numbers, it's UDA highest number, ODM, Jubilee is number 3. That's what Ruto is keen on. It will be UDA merging, Jubilee, ANC, to create that perception, because politics have always reminded you here severally that politics is generally a perceptional game, how people perceive it. So the moment he will succeed in taking control of this party, then merge it to form a bigger political party, that will be the end of the story. And lastly, William Ruto is strategically also trying so hard to render Mudavadi and Wetangula irrelevant. Because for William Ruto, what he needs now is numbers in parliament, not numbers on the ground. By having Jubilee members of parliament right inside his pocket, he's sending a message to Weta, he's sending a message to Mudavadi that your numbers don't matter. I don't know how many members of parliament are from Fort Kenya or are from Musalia Mudavadi's political party. But by having UDA, by having Jubilee, and by having independent, even if Weta and Mudavadi were to make noise, they will get through here, get out of this place. I don't know what you think, but for me, Uhuru Kenyatta played with power. How many of you agree with me that Uhuru Kenyatta played with power and therefore must be ready for the consequences? Raise your hands and drop your comment that Uhuru joked with power. Thank you, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.